shipping like the 22nd for it to get there at all if they pay like $30 extra. So keep that in the forefront of your mind that you can't really wait till the last minute with a lot of this stuff. The next thing that I have is related to Olean push. And Carlos mentioned like most of the rest of the year you don't really have like actual deadlines. You're kind of creating that for the customer, like I need my scholarship goal filled this week, or like I'm trying to do this for this month so I can do this for the campaign or whatever it is. But during the Olean push you have like actual deadlines. And another interesting frame of mind that I usually put around that is that it helps me be my best. So even if you don't actually like tell the customer, I need you to place this order because the Olean push and like it helps me, for me, it's like, I'm gonna do the best that I can and really like help this person understand that it's gonna be awesome for them because it helps me during the Olean push. So like, I always tell reps, like no matter what you do, you're never gonna be on your game 100% of the time. And you have this story in your mindset of, or in your head going through the appointments where the customer's saying no, and you're like, you know, I could just like not give this appointment 100% of my attention. I don't have to show them every single thing because they might not buy anyways. So I'm just gonna, you know, kind of half-ass the rest of the appointment. Well, the push is not the right time to do those things because you got deadlines and goals to hit, right? So like, you can't do it 100% of the time, but especially when you got a deadline, you need to be focused on that. All right, so keep that in mind. The Olean push helps you to really be the best that you can be. It also, when you are actually verbalizing that to the customer, you can help the customer understand the benefits of taking advantage of it now because you're in the Olean push, because it helps you out, because you might have deals or whatever going on for Black Friday or Thanksgiving or whatever it is, for them to take care of their gift shopping early. All right, so that's an interesting phrase that you might slide into your appointment is like, you can take care of it now versus having to like wait in the lines or like, you know, be doing it last minute and like just get whatever gift that you know, first thing that comes up. You can take care of it now and really like sell the emotional benefits of having them be able to check that box off their list. All right, so that's an emotional benefit that you can sell that customer, taking care of it now versus later. The next thing that I have written down here is the payment options, 5-pay, 3-pay, 2-pay during closing. All right, so I usually don't mention those like while I'm selling until I get to the end, just because it depends on what the customer is looking at, because they can only do a 5-pay over a certain amount or whatever. But so I save it towards the end, and so one of the things you can mention as you're quoting the prices is, so if you are doing if you're doing a 2-pay right now or yesterday, whatever. If you're doing a 3-pay, you could say, so you'll have it paid off right before Christmas. So if it's like between November 10th and 25th or whatever, if you do a 2-pay, you can tell the customer, you do half this month and half next month, you'll have it paid off right before Christmas. Okay, that's an interesting one. The other one, if you do a 5-pay, is so you don't even have to worry about paying it off until after the holidays, so it relieves the stress on your holiday budget. So use the payment options to your benefit and just base your promotion of that on whatever it is that you're showing, right? So payment options either will give the customer satisfaction they'll have it paid off or that they don't have to pay it all off. So that's one thing that I have down here. Another thing that that I wrote down as I was thinking about this that happens during the holidays is that customers manufacture magically these new objections. And they're like, oh, we have the holiday budget, so like call me back after the first of the year because we can't afford it right now, right? Which is really like, it's the same thing that you've always been hearing. It's the same, either it's too much for the knives or it's too much for the budget, but it's just for the holiday decoration on it, okay? So you just want to treat that the same way that you would treat any other objection, which is that you don't take it super seriously as fact. You would handle it by saying, that's totally fine, Ms. Jones, and then presenting them logic of, we have some smaller options that might work better for your budget, and continue with your presentation. So just because there is a specific thing that is straining their budget doesn't mean that that thing is not able to be overcome, all right? And in 90% of people, when they say an objection, it's like literally just a knee-jerk reaction, so most of sales actually, you could just ignore that objection completely, continue with what you're doing, and it'll probably work out. So that's an interesting side note about objections. But you probably want to say something in response to it also. So that's just like a mindset thing for you, is like, don't take that as fact, as set in stone, that that's like a problem for it. The next thing that I have written down here about gifts is that I heard from Gino Liacotti, who's one of the oldest Cutco sales reps. He's been selling Cutco for like 30 years, and he said that the secret to passive income, or rather like income that builds on itself year after year, is gifts. Because you only have like a certain amount of products that you can sell to one person. They can only buy a certain amount of Ultimate sets, right? Unless you sell them on the concept of buying gifts. And then it's limitless. They can buy as much Cutco as they can afford because they have friends. So if you sell a person on the concept of getting gifts, it'll help you to build that income for future years, but it needs to be cultivated. And there's a certain kind of person that is willing to give gifts, just like there's a certain kind of person that's willing to buy Cutco. Some people are going to promote that to, and they're going to say, my friends would never deserve Cutco. And there's a small percentage of people that say that, but most people that like giving gifts will do it year after year. All right, some interesting numbers for you guys is that if 10 customers buy $100, one knife, you just made 1,000 CPO. All right, if 20 customers buy $200, 2 to 4 knives, that's 4,000 CPO. If you can do that this year, and then maybe next year you sell 25 customers, $200, but 7 customers buy a set, that's a 10K push, and you don't have to do any additional appointments. You're just gonna sell them a gift on the same appointment that you're already doing, or make a phone call and say, hey, you wanna get gifts? So incorporating this into your business right away, right? So the people in my search program have already heard this from me, but you wanna do a 1-2 punch call on your past customers. Do a check-in call as soon as possible. And the check-in call is literally just saying, hey, just wanna check in with you, how's your Cutco doing? Great, appreciate your business. No sales. What that's gonna do is when you follow up with them 3 or 4 days before the push ends, and now it's a phone order phone call, all right, where you're saying, hey, do you wanna buy gifts? They are more open to, first of all, answering your phone call and having a conversation with you, and more open to giving you more money because the last conversation that you had with them is not about sales. That's the 1-2 punch. So the next thing I have on there is calling back no sales from the summer, all right? Or even just the past couple of months. The easy conversation right there is, I know the timing wasn't right for you then, but I gotta tell you about blank special. Do you have a quick minute, all right? So you can call back people that told you a couple months ago that's not the right time or too much for the budget or whatever it was, and get some more orders that way, all right? The next thing that Carlos already mentioned is show everything. You never know what might spark interest as a gift if it's not for them. So make sure you show everything, flatware, gadgets, garden tools, obviously the gift packages. Show the smaller sets if they buy a homemaker as starter sets as gifts, okay? So make sure you're framing that section of the galleys on down. These sets make great gifts, okay? So that's how you want to do that. The next things that I have in here that might be super helpful for you guys is texts, all right? A good one that I learned is free shipping still before Christmas, okay? So if you text all of your customers December 1st, you can say, hey, we have some great specials going on right now in case you wanted to buy any gifts for people, plus we can still get you free shipping so it'll arrive before Christmas, because once it gets to December 16th or 19th or something like that, they have to start paying for shipping. So that's an interesting thing you can promote right there. Another interesting thing for you guys to be incorporating right away into your appointments is 30 seconds on why Cutco makes a great gift, okay? So the important points to hit on that one is that they actually will use it. It's not gonna sit on the shelf and collect dust like a vase or something like that. They're not gonna spend and forget about it like a gift card, okay? Plus, they're gonna have it for forever, so they'll always remember to appreciate the person who originally got it for them, Miss Jones. All right? And so practice that like 30 seconds on why Cutco's a great gift, and then just say it to everybody. And you'll be surprised how many people will be comfortable with that idea. All right? I have 2 more money phrases for you guys on here. During or poor. How many kids do you guys have? Do they ever try and steal your knives? If they already own Cutco, that's even better, right? It's like, did they ever try and steal your knives because they're so good? Yeah. And then later on, you're like, wow, Ms. Jones, the best way to keep them from stealing your knives is just buy them some. Right? So Cutco owners, that line works awesome on. Then the second thing for you guys to do is after you're showing them everything, trial questions to gauge their interest, okay? So after I show them the gift sets in the back of the book, saying, how many kids did you say you had again? 3? Oh, that's awesome. We can get you 3 gift sets. All right? Or another one that's good. Who's the hardest person for you to buy a gift for, Miss Jones? Oh, that person who is like your son. Is he outdoorsy at all? Man, he would love this fisherman solution. So I found that if you can find a gift for the hardest person on their list, that opens the floodgates for everybody else. all right? You just have to be good at making suggestions. And then the one other thing in here that I have for you guys that's like a money thing that I just used the other day is that whenever somebody is buying something as a gift, always upsell them a little bit. And here's what I mean. A customer called me yesterday and they said, hey Dylan, I want to buy 2 trimmers and 3 trimmer sheets, because I have a trimmer also, and a pair of super shoes. And I said, great. Do you have a quick second to look at the website, by the way? I have a question for you. She's like, yeah, I'm on my computer. Sure, Cutco.com. I was like, so these gift packages right here, the 2 and 3 piece sets, they have trimmers in them, and it's a better deal if you get them in a package, plus it comes in the box. Which one of those do you think would work best for your son and daughter? Right? So instead of selling 2 trimmers, now I just sold 2 2-piece gift boxes, and I doubled my order. Okay? Same thing if a customer is buying like 2 or 3 knives. Like, Ms. Jones, those same knives come in the studio set. Why don't you just get a studio set because it's a better deal. It comes with block and table knives. Right? So just like upsell them a little bit. That's all you gotta do. And you just be suggestive in your upsell based on the fact that whatever that thing is. My favorite thing to use on the 2-piece gift sets is that whatever gift set I'm showing them, they're halfway interested. These are the 2 best knives for blank. So like the trimmer and petite chef, these are the 2 best knives because you can slice and chop. Or the cheese knife and the trimmer, these are the 2 best knives because they're our most popular knives. Whatever the one that they're like halfway interested in, promo the thing the set that one comes in is the 2 best of whatever, or the set of whatever. So those are like a couple of the more immediate things you guys can add to your appointments. I have a list of other stuff that I could have talked about, but you guys are probably tired of listening to me. I'll hang out with you guys again tonight also, and I'm going to give you guys all my email. All right, so get ready to write if you haven't write. Ooh. Right, yeah. No phone number because you can't call me. Only surge candidates get called. So the email is my last name, Fitz, F-I-T-Z. And my first name, Dylan, D-Y-L-A-N. Spell it the right way. And then my initials, D as in Dylan, F as in Fitz, @gmail.com. And if you have any questions about anything that I already said, or like a clarification question, or an objection that you're not sure how to handle, or like you want the specific script for how to say something or anything,